everyone, I'm Gurleen. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we'll be discussing the trade plan for Tuesday, that is May 9th, 2023 for Nifty, Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty. We'll also discuss a few select stocks wherein good risk to reward opportunities are brewing up. So be sure to stick around till the end of the video and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and do ring the notification bell so that you never miss an update. So without any further ado, let's dive in by looking at the technical perspective of Nifty 50 on the daily time frame. Now, as we discussed in the last video, Nifty held on to this level of 18,040, which was a crucial make or break level, and in today's trading session you can see that Nifty traded within the range of this particular candlestick. Now, as it's an inside bar setup, it's likely that Nifty might consolidate within this range of 18,040 to 18,270, and a good directional risk to reward opportunity might as well open up in the upcoming trading sessions. Also, looking at the overall structure, the near term hurdle for the index is placed at the levels of 18,270 to 18,300, and the maximum downside level is capped at the level of 17,720. Now let's take a look at the hourly time frame to understand the trading approach. Now, as we discussed in the last video that we had a potential bull trap double top formation on the charts, but as I mentioned, double tops are only validated at the breakdown of the neckline, which in this case did not happen. And we were also referring to this 40-hour exponential moving average as the make or break level for the index. So here the index opened gap up and we saw follow through buying on the charts, and thereafter Nifty traded sideways for the rest of the trading session. Now you can see that it's consolidating right below the resistance level, which is hinting that the index might go for a potential breakout on the upside. Also, as long as Nifty is placed above the moving averages, the stance is sideways to bullish. So let's outline the possibilities. If Nifty breaks out of this zone of 18,270 to 18,300, then a probable long opportunity would open up towards the levels of 18,350 to 18,445 with an invalidation level below these moving averages. On the other hand, if Nifty breaks below this level of 18,040, then it would call for a shorting opportunity, and in that case the levels of 17,850 can be looked at in the index. Do remember that both these setups are conditional in nature, which simply means that they'll only get triggered above or below the mentioned levels. Now let's talk about the support and resistance levels for Nifty. So the support is placed at 18,142 followed by 18,040, whereas the resistance is placed in the zone of 18,270 to 18,300. In yesterday's video, we discussed the reason for the sharp selling in Bank Nifty due to the news-based inflows, and it was an interesting session today with the volatility at peak. So let's take a look at Bank Nifty on the daily time frame first, and then we'll move ahead with discussing the trading approach for tomorrow. Bank Nifty traded within the range of this wide candlestick as we anticipated in the last video. So here, as the range is quite wide from 42,582 to 43,588, so again it's likely for Bank Nifty to consolidate within the same and thereafter might catch on to an aggressive trend at the breakout or the breakdown of the range. Now, with that being said, the question that pops up is that how can you capitalize upon the opportunities that might follow? So let's understand that. So here on the hourly chart, you can see that Bank Nifty opened gap up and registered a wide candlestick in the first hour itself, and the entire day we saw sideways action with spikes on both the sides. Now, we were also referring to the RSI at the 30 mark, and we were expecting a pullback on the upside towards the zones of 43,160 to 43,300, and now you can see that Bank Nifty has faced multiple resistances at this very zone of 43,300, and here it has closed at this zone itself, which puts forward the question, what next? So from here, as it's a supply zone in Bank Nifty, and if we see a flat to gap down opening within this range of 43,300 to 43,160, then it's quite possible that Bank Nifty might struggle around this upper band of 43,300 and face rejection. Also over here, a shorting opportunity would open up below this level of 43,160, and in that case the lower end of the range can be targeted at 42,500 582, and this can also be considered as an immediate support for the index. On the flip side, if Bank Nifty breaks out of this 43,300 level, then an upside target of about 43,588 can be considered in the index on an intraday basis. Well, that's how you can capitalize on the opportunities within this sideways range, and if you're a conservative and a directional trader, then you might have to wait for a clear trend to emerge. Well, let's outline those possibilities as well. Because it's an inside bar setup, so the trading approach is very simple. If Bank Nifty breaks below the level of 42,582, then we can expect the index to test the levels of about 42,352 on the downside, and if that happens, you can consider the high of the breakdown candlestick as your stop loss or invalidation level. On the flip side, if Bank Nifty breaks above this zone of 43,555 to 43,588, then an immediate upside of about 43,740 can be expected. Post that, if Bank Nifty also moves past this level, then we can expect Bank Nifty to cross the levels of all-time high very soon. But that's just a possibility, and now we have outlined the trading opportunities right within this range as well, and also that how you can trade the breakout or the breakdown if that might follow. Now let's talk about the support and resistance levels for Bank Nifty. So the support is placed at 43,000 followed by 42,582, and the resistance is placed at 43,588 followed by 43,740. Now let's take a quick look at Fin Nifty for the weekly expiry. So here on the chart of Fin Nifty, you can see that it traded within the range of the candlestick that was registered in Friday's trading session, and Fin Nifty has almost closed at the highs of the day. Now the trading approach is simple. First of all, it's highly likely for Fin Nifty to consolidate within this range of 19,132 to 19,340, and a directional opportunity would only emerge at the breakout or breakdown of this very range. So if Fin Nifty breaks above this band of 19,340, then a long opportunity can be looked at towards the levels of 19,500. Now the structure does not look in the favor of the bears, and shorts should be avoided till the time Fin Nifty is placed above the levels of 19,132. So the bottom line is that here the level of 19,132 can be considered as the strong support, and it's quite possible for Fin Nifty to expire above the 19,100 mark. Now let's move to stocks, starting with Bajaj Finance. If you remember, we've been tracking Bajaj Finance from the levels of about 5,900 with a double bottom pattern, and here what caught my attention today was the double bottom on the weekly charts. Now with the potential targets towards the levels of 7,000 at least. Now here the stock has clearly given a breakout at this pivot of 6527.60, but it's just the starting of the week, and a breakout will only be validated if the candle closes above this neckline at the end of the week. Well, that's a bit far, so an entry with half the position size can be looked at over here, and a favorable one would open up if the stock retests this level of 6527 to 6500, and the invalidation level in that case can be placed at the low of this breakout candle, which happens to be the levels of about 6388. So you can consider it with a buffer of 8 to 10 points at the levels of 6378 or 6380. Let's move to Britannia on the hourly chart. So Britannia is in an uptrend, and we also have an ascending trend line on the chart with the formation of higher highs and higher lows. And as of now, Britannia is trading at the previous highs, which makes it a polarity setup. So it's likely for the stock to give a bounce from the current levels, and fresh entries should be looked above this level of 4610 for an upside target of about 4660, and in this case an invalidation level can be placed at 4550. Now let's talk about Hindalco. The only reason this setup caught my attention was because of an inside bar formation, so one can keep this setup on the watch list for a possible trading opportunity. So here you can see multiple rejections from this level of 446, and if the stocks break out of this level of 446, then an upside target of about 455 to 460 can be anticipated in this counter, and the invalidation level can be placed at 432. The only cause of worry or a sign of caution would open up if this stock breaks below this level of 432. Till then, Hindalco remains sideways to bullish. There have been a lot of queries around HDFC Bank. Though we've been discussing HDFC Bank for a long time, but let's take an overview of the same and discuss if there's any trading opportunity. So here you can see that we have an ascending trend line, and even if HDFC Bank continues to trend on the downside, then in that case the levels of 1578 to 1540 can be looked at, and this will act up as a strong demand for the stock. And if at all we see good volume action along with any candlestick reversal pattern, a probable long entry can be looked at. But as of now, from a trading point of view, it's a wait and watch setup. Now, having said that, let me explain the same on the daily time frame. You can see that HDFC Bank is also forming an inside bar setup, and here if it breaks above the level of 1660, then an upside of about 1685 can be expected, or if it breaks below this level of 1622, then it would hit the trend line, and thereafter a long trading opportunity can be looked at. So it's indeed a wait and watch setup. So wait for the levels to get triggered so that you do not get stuck on the wrong side of the trade. Also, if you have any questions or queries, feel free to drop them down in the comment sections below. And on that note, it's Gurleen signing off. Until we meet again, have a good time.